Good. Thank you very much, viewer, learner, wherever you are. Welcome back to our lessons. This is Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi-Kiongozi, your tutor in biology and mathematics. As usual, that is my YouTube channel, Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi-Kiongozi. Subscribe, share the link, and let us learn together. This is yet another video that is going to be very, very important, and I thought I should make this very wonderful chart here so that I can explain a few things about cells. This is a plant cell and this is an animal cell. But before we continue, remember we have done quite a number of lessons. We have done quite a number of videos, and already in my YouTube channel we have a folder, a playlist called Form 1 Biology, and of course those who are in grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, all the way to Form 4, you can visit that channel for your own good and benefit. These cell structures, the two of them are applicable in two classes so far, grade 8 and of course Form 1 all the way to Form 4, because those who are waiting for KCSE, this exam, you may have one or two questions set from this learning area. This chart I want to take as a very short time so that we at least discuss on what is on this chart. This is cell structures as seen under a light microscope. My previous videos I have done notes or content about a microscope, and we said we shall have a very common microscope that we shall use, the one that we did, the light microscope. When you observe a structure or a cell by a light microscope, you will not see very many details. You only see a few parts or a few organelles. We said organelles are structures within the cell, and that is what I have highlighted here. But when you use an electron microscope, I met a student who was saying an electric microscope. No, an electron microscope is very powerful and it has a high magnification power. It enlarges an a structure with high power. That means you can see very many organelles or structures within the cell. So for now, we want to see these parts or these organelles or these structures that we will see when we are using a light microscope, which is not as powerful as an electron microscope. So an animal cell is irregular in shape. That is why you see its shape look like this. But a plant cell on this end is regular in shape. And the reason why the plant cell has a regular shape is because of the existence of the cell wall, which I have written into brackets, cellulose cell wall. The letters or the words I have, or the parts I have labeled in red are only found in plant cell, while the ones that I have labeled in blue are found in both animal and plant cell. Let us go straight to the first part. The first part is the cell membrane. The cell membrane is found both in the animal and plant cells. But now something very important here, my learner. The cell membrane is the only membrane in the animal cell. But in the plant cell, we have two membranes. There is this one that is on the outside, which we are calling the cell wall, cellulose cell wall. And then the second one is now the cell membrane. So in animal cells, the first layer, the first organelle, the first membrane is the cell membrane, the first and the only. But in a plant cell, we have the outer one called the cellulose cell wall, which we have said gives this plant cell a regular shape, then followed by the cell membrane. The next one is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, this fluid part of this cell. Of course, in animal cells, it is the largest if you look at it. But in plant cell, you can see it is in red and blue. It is not very large, and it is placed towards the edge or at the periphery of this cell. So that is the cytoplasm. It is a fluid matrix, and inside that fluid, there are chemical reactions that will be taking place. There are dissolved salts and sugars. That is what we call the cytoplasm, which is also found in both animal and plant cell. The next one is the nucleus. The nucleus. The nucleus is common. It is found in both animal and plant cells. What is the function of the nucleus? The nucleus controls all the activities of these cells. So the nucleus is like the engine of the cell. But of course, that one you'll wait. When we do the other videos about the cell organelles, we shall be looking at each and every function of each and every organelle. Tonoplasts. The tonoplast is this membrane-like structure that is surrounding a vacuole. So the tonoplast is only found in a plant cell. We have the subvacuole. Subvacuole is also a fluid matrix, but I have not indicated whether there is anything inside. Subvacuoles are found at the middle of a plant cell. Then we have the chloroplast. Plant cells, especially green plant cells, have structures where photosynthesis takes place, and these structures are called chloroplasts. One thing I want to promise you is that in our next video, we shall look at each and every part, and especially when we shall now be using an electron microscope, we may have more than 1, 2, 3, like 6 structures. We shall have more structures within the cell, because when we use a powerful microscope, it means we shall open up that organ or that cell and see very many organelles. Keep following me, subscribe, share, and make sure you learn with me all through. I am your teacher, Mr. Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi. YouTube channel, Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi -Kiongozi. Bye.